The Sydney Swans, this was an absolute masterclass, was it not?
They'd lost their previous two. Both clubs had so much at stake. You don't want to go, 1 and 4, which both teams are going to be, or Sydney 2 and 3 in that situation. But they kicked 7 goals to 1 in the last quarter, Sydney. Yeah. And just dominant. How good was Papley? 6 after half-time.
Yeah, career best 6 goals. He's such a watchable player. Sydney have got watchable players everywhere. They're a team that you can go and really enjoy the style of football that they play. And the game was ebbing and flowing. They just never put Richmond away until that last quarter. But Tom Papley, that's the best game I think I've seen him play.
Well, now, Billy Brownless, you're somewhere in the throng there, and this crowd is growing considerably too, by the way. Where are you, Bill?
I'm over here next to your teeth, Tony. Don't worry about that. So I'm standing beside you, actually. Don't worry about that. But look at them. They're coming in everywhere now. But Tom Papley, what did you think about Tom Papley, Dickie Nee?
Yeah, it was a really
how good was it? That's goal. 6 goals, 2. He was unbelievable. Here he is here. But what we love is a celebration. This is what it's all about. Energy. This is what you need in your team. Energy. He's off to the races there. He loves it. The stage was set for him at Adelaide Oval. Big crowd. And this is what it's all about. The energy, the love. His teammates love him. His supporters love him. And well done to Paps, who stayed down. I think he was at a winery yesterday. He stayed down overnight. And, you've come back, Tom. Hello, Tom. Welcome back.
Good to be back. It was a great game, wasn't it? 42,000 fans for that one, Bill. Right. So, magnificent crowd for a non-SA team, 2 teams to be out there. Brilliant. 6 goals, amazing.
That's Tom Wren, by the way. He's a local reporter over here in Adelaide, one of the great men. And what about today? How many we got here today?
We'll get 45,000 comfortably. Geelong West Coast, the first game, and then Collingwood St Kilda. Maybe the match of the round, Bill, so can't wait. It's got to be massive. How good's this crowd been?
Here we go. Yeah, look at them now. Oh, they're up about now. Back to you, Tom. Righto, Dickie.
Hey, Billy, can I just, while you're there, can you just get the crowd to do a countdown from 5? Because we're about to have the volcano. So if we could have a South Australian countdown and then launch the volcano, Bill.
Hang on, Tone. We better start at 3, I reckon. No, here we go. You ready, crowd? We're going to go from 5 to 0. Righto, here we go. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, look away now to any Richmond fans in our live audience here. Last week, I volcanoed Damien Hardwick for what I thought was a smart aleck media conference after the Western Bulldogs loss. It was a different demeanour after the Sydney game on Friday night.
But our discipline was incredibly poor tonight. A couple of incidents we just look at and go, it's ridiculous what we're doing. So we'll chat to the boys about that. Yeah, it's all good to push and shove, but the reality is you've got to pick the ball up. That's tough footy sort of stuff. So, I'm disappointed with that, and our fans will be, and I'm sure they will be when they see them.
So I loved those comments, completely different to what they were last week. That was an honest coach who was frustrated with some of the stuff that he would have seen that he hasn't seen in 5-6 years at Richmond. And I thought their performance was a reflection of Damien Hardwick's media conference the previous week. As 50-metre penalties, there was 4 of them. There was free kicks against, there was missed spoils, there was players standing all alone at stoppage. It's free kicks off the ball there from Boston, and it was senior players. So it is the end of an era at Richmond. They wanted to top up, they did top up. The 2 players that they've got aren't going to help them at all. And right now, Lord Owen and panel, the GWS Giants have pick 6 for Jacob Hopper, plus the other picks, plus the 12 for Taranto. And there's a few question marks at Richmond.
They're getting a lot of injuries too, aren't they? Nankervis and Lynch, and in a fight to make the finals, you'd think Richmond.
The only thing, they have played very good sides. So Sydney played in last year's grand final. They lost to Collingwood. Adelaide, who they beat.
Drew with Carlton.
And they drew with Carlton. So they played good sides. They've got Melbourne this week. Then they've got a couple of winnable games after that. So
you haven't seen that. You haven't seen that sort of stuff from a Richmond team.
They've always been a little bit undisciplined, though. I think through the tenure of Damien Hardwick, they've always played on the edge. But it's highlighted when they lose the game poorly, like they did in the last quarter.
It shouldn't be underestimated what the Sydney Swans had to do in that game. Dane Rampy out, both McCartan brothers. There was no backline to speak of. And Amati went down during the game, and we don't know how long he's going to be out. It did appear to be a serious hamstring injury taken off the ground, and it's unfortunate for him, TJ, because he was going to be given a sustained crack at it in Buddy's absence, and he was moving nicely. I mean, he's had a couple of really good moments already in this season, and he is a player of the future, but another injury concern for the Swans.